You all have to understand the energy that plays between me and Margot. Margot will set me off and I go grab Oprah's microphone, be like, this ain't the Oprah show. Yeah, I bless God for your spirit too, because sometimes you just need that push, you know.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah, well, I got it from Sandra. I just want to let you know I got all of this from Sandra.
Sandra.
Sandra, she's telling on you.
Lies she tells. She already she already had it in her, not me. Lies she tells.
Lies she tells.
I've known all of us. You know, this is an amazing family. It's an amazing sisterhood, from woman to woman, the omnibus to the Chicago Communicator newspaper was actual print to digital print. I mean, we've come so far by faith.
Full circle. We've come all the way around.
The word does say his faithfulness will not go unrewarded. And so I think that we as a family, as a team, we just have a great reward in place for us. And it just, you know, as the Bible also says, if you take the one step, then you know, you will charge the universe to have to respond. And usually it's 2 or more steps. So I'm looking for the duplication. I'm looking for the progress. Yes. I'm looking for the success of this team.
Oh, man. And I just feel the energy from all of you. It's like it irradiates, you know, it's like you are the seed to bring the light. And so here we go. We're on our way. We're on our way with the Roxamillion show. Yeah, and so I can just see it.
Time. And that's the seed time. And anything about a seed, it gets a lot of dirt poured on it. So let's get ready. It gets a lot of dirt poured on it, but it still grows through the dirt. And it makes its destination on time. It comes through some grimy stuff. And I have come through a whole lot to be who I am today. But you know what? I still give God the glory, and he's going to get the glory out of this as well. I just think time that we do Black news and we do it the way that we would want it done for us. So it's our opportunity and we just need to take it.
So what's your first show topic? What can we expect that you're going to bring to us on the 24th that is our first day?
Right, the 24th. So on the 24th, I want to talk to, I'm bringing in Pastor Lawrence Henderson, a young 43-year-old entrepreneur who started out with a few little dollars in his pocket. And we made him believe that he could be a restaurant owner with his dad and the transition of his dad. He now owns 5-6 restaurants, you know, and we've also made him believe that, you know, that he can take territory. So, you know, we are chartering into new territory. We're not gonna sit back and let the boys take the Uber Eats and the DoorDashes. We're going to create a new vehicle that is sponsored by us called Munchin, but you all know me. And we're going to talk to him about some of that vision and how we will play the big boys game. setback as a restaurant. Many didn't make it, but we're one of the ones who did. But I want him to talk about how he wasn't an island by himself,
Right.
how it took all of us collaborating to pull him through.
Yes.
And the humility in which this young man has come through will be an inspiration for every aspiring entrepreneur, current entrepreneur, and those who are like us. We, millionaires want to be billionaires, so we take it to a whole nother level. It's doing. We've encouraged him to do a series on Coached Up, because what I've learned from my own personal experience, you need a mentor. You need someone to go before you to show you how to get where get to your on time. I needed Morgan. Morgan needed our Norman. Our Norman, someone needs someone else to their potential. And so I think with Chicago Communicator News Media, Wanda, you have mentored and you have made, and it's just time for manifestation. So
I'm ready. And I see that each of you are ready, and that's a blessing. It's time for us to unveil ourselves to the world, and you will be doing that. Your talent is so, this woman, when you get to her office and see how she has laid this out, and she said she didn't have no vision to do this, but when you walk in that office, you will know that it was created by her love for exposure.
And
this
our
this
first show
woman is
going to be titled Unleashed.
And you'll see it from the time you walk through the door.
All of it tribute to Margot and Sandra. You all took the leash off. Unleashed. You all have created this monster that's coming forward on the 24th.
Sandra, what you got to say about that?
Well, you know what? I'm proud to know you. I don't consider you a monster. I consider you a movement.
Okay. Yes.
And it's about time. We've been waiting. We're waiting, and I hope and I pray that you're one of many to strike out during post-COVID, because it's about time. It really is. It's about time.
Amen.
Come on.
And where's my brother Anthony? That's my new Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr.
And look, he just dropped off. He'll call back. I think sometimes we have internet, connection problems. So Levette was on and she fell off. So
that's what we need right now. We need leadership. We need a movement. Mm-hmm. And I think you need to throw mentoring in there, because I don't want to keep elders out. They are so important. They are necessary in this fight, and they are fierce. They are focused and fierce.
They had to be fierce. They made it. See, like Dr. Maisha Bennett said, some got transferred here and some were already here and some didn't make it on the way here. So, those of us that are here, we made it. So let's be glad and grateful for that. Sandra, you have a statement? Sandra?
Oh, yes. I want to, Roxy just made a statement about making sure keeping the seniors and the elders involved because of their contributions. I also want to make sure that you guys make room for the youngsters, to include those that are up and coming, who are in their late teens and early 20s, because this is another movement that I'm seeing myself. One even included in my grandson, who was accepted by 8. I want to do the exact amount. I want to say 7 to 8 universities have accepted him. And of the 7, he's got 3 full rides. And the other ones have also made contributions to his education, where he's starting out with some money. And the least amount I think he came up with was $40,000 that they wanted to give.
Congratulations.
So, but they're a part of, for those who are trying to do something, we need to keep them inspired. Now, he won't be going to school here, unfortunately, anywhere in Illinois. But, and the fact that he had to choose, and he chose to be outside of Illinois, which I kept telling him, you live in Chicago where people come from around the world to go to the colleges and universities. He said, but sometimes you need to get out of this environment so that you can grow. He said, I still feel sometimes how this stifles my growth. And the young man that was on a moment ago, I think was it Mr. Benjamin, who talked about he and a partner doing some agriculture ventures in North or South Carolina. That too may be something that we may have to also encourage, because sometimes you can't grow right here for different political reasons and other things that, again, it's just not worth the fight, because you can get it done somewhere better and then come back and make a move, because the politicians do die out. They think they live forever, but they don't. But they really don't.
Sure about that?
Yeah, I'm kind of sure. I can tell you, I know several of them that are dead. Yes, but but it's just to make sure that we include them all and keep an opportunity and make ourselves available and let them know that that might be also a resource for them.
Right.
In some shape, form, and fashion. We got to be all inclusive.
That's right. That's right.
What I'd say to that, Sandra, in a very a good way, is to say that our youth are very important to me, and I'm sure to all of us. But it will take also, you guys taking charge and moving them to the right shows. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Shows around them, if that's what we need to do to encourage their potential. So if I know they grow, if I know, I'm definitely, you're going to work a custom show around what they're doing. So
yes, because Sandra, your grandson has been a host on this show. Roxy's son, he does videography. She showed me some of his work. I mean, this young man is very, very talented. So when we do her show, he's gonna learn the trips process and help me do his mom's television and radio and help us do the website. Look, I'm looking so forward to having his assistance, and I would like to find a youth for each of us as we come aboard to use the trips process to help us do whatever it is we're doing, whatever it is you're trying to process, promote, advertise. You need to use trips to do it so we can keep it in our circle. Anthony, you have your hand up. What's your question for
yes, Roxy, when are you going to start your taping? I know you said every other Tuesday.
February 24th we're going to launch our first taping. February 24th. It's on a is that a Monday?
Tuesday. That's a Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
So I'm excited because we're going to take both cameras there, and I'm encouraging each of you to come as a part of the CCN circle and give her that support for her first production. And
we'll have some wine and cheese. I ain't feeding everybody.
There you go. There you go.
Some finger food there for those of you who are coming in.
All right, Mr. Earl, you got something for Miss Roxy here about the real estate? Any comments from you?
When is he coming on?
Well, I'm sorry you can't see me. I'm driving, so I'm gonna be a little careful here. But I would like to say, land. We got to get our hands on the land. And yes, I say North Carolina because we've got a lot of politics here. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And the bottom line is we got to make it happen. Okay. So we wherever we have to go, we go, because we can always bring it back. But my point is, as far as education, we my people perish for lack of knowledge. It's not just knowledge; it's utilized knowledge. Okay.
Yes.
So I make available. I'm with a real estate investing group. It's nationwide, and we actually have programs where we teach different strategies. They call them exit strategies, which are, like buying these properties, buying and holding, multi-unit strategies, short-term strategies, wholesale, fix and flip. We have a lot of strategies that we teach, and we've got to get this knowledge because it's expensive. You think education is expensive, but ignorance is even more expensive. Okay.
Ooh,
so
come on now.
So I'm just making it available so we can, take back the land,
Uh,
making all this happen. We got to do it. So
right.
I'm here for you. I left my information on the chat so we can go further, and I'm here for all of you.
Yeah, because your voice is breaking up. You're driving and going through some dry patches. Sandra, you have your hand up. You have a question for Roxy?
I was trying to get the exact address. I know you said 90th and Western. I'm putting this on my calendar.
9029 Southwestern, 9029. It's the with the black Ross gate.
Okay.
And Wanda, this is also something that he just brought to my attention as he was speaking. I am very, very passionate about networking as well. And so I want to make it make sense. All of the people that we touch, all of the lives that we expose on at least my television show, I would like to then open a day of networking where we come in, we exchange information, we begin to increase our knowledge of who does what and begin working with each other. So networking is a part of, I guess, a byproduct of why I want to do these shows. Okay. Not only to expose those who have products and services and knowledge, but to also put us in a room where that we know each other and we build our own, what did I say? Wall Street on y'all street. We build our own.
Come on now, Wall Street on y'all street. Now I like that. That's a nice slogan. That ought to be a slogan for your show. Wall Street on Wall Street. Hey, I like this girl is coming up. I'm telling you, she's an artist for real.
They gonna come get me.
She's an artist for real, and you can see the creativity in everything that she's doing. So, and I'm just excited
to be able to help somebody, because this was something I talked to the young people about. One young lady, we're doing 3 workshops in Park Forest Library, January 30th, March 27th, and January 30th, February 27th, and March 27th, because we have been told that there are mental health issues amongst our families, and we're doing them all free at the Park Forest Library. Those kind of informational exchanges are, like he said, I want to bring them back to our communities. Right. We're not just doing stuff to do it. We're doing stuff to empower and educate our people. We have some of the baddest clinicians working alongside of me. Why not utilize those skills for free and get the information our people need? So I'm hoping to do networking. I'm hoping to do workshops. I'm hoping to do TV, radio. And I told Wanda I want to do a column that says, Ask Roxy. In our Nigerian culture, I wanted to call it Ask Auntie, because usually they don't call, if you're not their mother, they will honor you by calling you auntie. And so there are so many questions that go unanswered. And I want to make this a vehicle that you can get what you're after. If you just ask.
If you just ask. If you just ask.
Not because you ask not. So it's time for us to open our mouths and just ask.
And ask and ask. And I see that Earl has his hand up again. He has something to ask you, Rusty. Yes, sir.
Sorry, Earl.
All right. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. The investment group that I have right now, on Saturday between 9 and 5, we have an all-day training on negotiation and contracts of real estate. Now, when it comes to real estate, you got to know what kind of contract, because a contract can make you or break you. Now, I paid for this training, but I'm going to make it available to everyone here, and as a compliment, as a personal invitation of mine. And it's all day. It's going to be in Downers Grove, but there's also going to be, I believe it's going to be on Zoom too. So I left my number. If anyone wishes to attend, you will get the person that's going to be training in contracts goes to Washington, D.C., has been in the investing business for 20-odd years and is extraordinarily knowledgeable. So give me a call. I'll give you the information. And you can come as my guest, everyone.
Oh, thank you. Oh, look at that, Roxy. You ain't even started your show, and already you got some folks investing in you and the rest of us.
Yeah, the village is speaking. I mean, we without even knowing that they're there. Thanks so much, brother. That's what it's about. You know, each one reaching one, and I'm glad that you extended that invitation. I'm gonna try to take you up on it.
All right, all right. So, Jerry, are you back yet? Have you done shopping? Just want to give you an opportunity to talk to Roxy about her upcoming show. Still shopping? Okay. Well, the floor is open. Roxy, you can take us wherever you want us to go.
Yeah. I know a lot of you are probably wondering what the show's name is going to be, and Wanda and I have talked about a few things. You know, I am going to brand Roxamillion. It was a tag name given to me by a great friend, Leon Walker Esquire.
Okay.
It was confirmation for me because I always wanted to be a millionaire. You know, I was making sure I could count $1 million, you know. And so Roxamillion has a sentimental value for me because once I hit that million, I'm gonna build billionaires, you know.
Woo, come on now.
I want that name to make you understand that that is the thing that makes me think big. And I think that's one hindrance that our people have. They think within what they can afford. I want you to think big. If you're around me, think huge, think enormous. Because I have just even the little stuff I'm telling you about, these have been great accomplishments for a little girl off the South Side, you know, and I don't know anything about opposition because I didn't have any, you know. When you go to the table and they say, what are you bringing to the table? And you're able to say, nope, this is my table. That is a beautiful feeling, one I've never had before. And so I want to stay humble. I want to stay, I'm going to hustle. I'm sorry. Morgan knows this is the one hustling child, but I want to stay humble. And I want to stay to a point that I still listen, that I can hear other people and what they're saying is relevant to me and my progress. So I hope that this kind of conversation as we grow, you know, sometimes when Black folks grow, we get different. I pray not to do that. Absolutely. I pray for the same kind of embrace and the same kind of approachability I have now later, but y'all know Roxamillion gonna hit that million.
She said she gonna hit the million no matter what.
I just don't want y'all to say, "Oh, she acting funny." Nah, I've been after this thing for a minute. That's why I tell you, you know, wealth and legacy, wealth and financial, advising and investing. It's all necessary. You know, these are things taught. You know, I didn't have a drug dealer for a boyfriend. I had to work for all of this.
There you go. Hey, well, tomorrow we'll be doing the Woman to Woman TV show, and our guest will be the young lady that is preparing the food over at Exodus Institute. She donates her time and prepares food for us when we go there on Wednesdays to teach the young people how to use the equipment and have the seniors help us to mentor them. And so you'll be welcome. I want to welcome each of you to the show tomorrow. I'll send out the invitation. I'm not sure, I don't remember her name, but she cooks and prepares the food for the Exodus Institute, and we're going to welcome her tomorrow to the Woman to Woman show. It's been a bang, y'all. I mean, we're at 6:57. Roxy, you take us out however you choose to take us out. And we look forward to the taping next Tuesday. And then we will see your show on our social media platforms and on the CCN News Media website.
So I end the show by saying what I say. Get that pen, call that friend, but stay tuned.
There she goes, she got it.
Chicago Communicator newspaper media is growing. And what Margot's saying, said, we're going. And we are coming to a town near you real soon. So if there's any of you who would like us to come out and see your place, you know, just inbox us and let us know, and we will be there. This is Roxamillion signing off saying, I love y'all, bless y'all, and appreciate you.
And we love you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for this evening. We really appreciate your attendance and look forward to you coming to the next broadcast. Have a great evening.
Stay blessed, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. Good night.
Sully Breaks.
Right now, there is a kid finishing parents' evening in a heated discussion with his mother, saying, why does he have to study subjects he will never ever use in his life? And she will look at him blank-eyed, stifle a sigh, think for a second, and then lie. She'll say something along the lines of, you know, to get a good job you need a good degree, and these subjects will help you get a good degree. We never had this opportunity when I was younger. And he will reply, but you were young a long time ago, weren't you, Mum? And she won't respond, although what he implies makes perfect sense, that society's needs would have changed since she was 16. But she will ignore him, grip his hand more sternly, then drag him to the car. But what she doesn't know is that she didn't ignore him just to shut him up. She didn't lie because they were just returning from parents' evening and an argument in the hallway would look bad on her resume. She won't lie because she just spent the last 1 hour convincing a stern-faced teacher that she will ensure that her child studies more at home. No, she will lie simply because she does not know any better herself. Although her whole adult life she has never used or applied Pythagoras' theorem, pathetic fallacy, and still does not know the value of X, she will rely on society to tell her that her child, who has one of the sharpest minds in the school, is hyperactive, unfocused, easily distracted, and wayward. Students, how many equations, subjects, and dates did you memorize just before an exam never to use again? How many A grades did you get which were never asked for when you applied for a job? How many times have you remembered something 5 minutes just after the teacher said stop writing, only to receive your results 1 month later to realize that you were only 1 mark short of the top grade? Does that mean remembering 5 minutes earlier would have made you more qualified for a particular job? Well, on the application form it would have. We all have different abilities, thought processes, experiences, and genes. So why is a class full of individuals tested by the same means? So does that mean Sherelle thinks she's dumb because she couldn't do a couple of sums? And if this issue is not addressed properly, it then becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Then every school has the audacity to have a policy on equality. The irony. Exams are society's methods of telling you what you're worth. But you can't let society tell you what you are, because it's the same society that tells you that abortion is wrong but then looks down on teenage parents. The same society that sells products to promote natural hair, looks, and smooth complexion, with the model on the box half photoshopped and has fake lashes and hair extensions, with pastors that preach charity but own private jets, imams that preach against greed but are all fat, parents that say they want educated kids but constantly marvel at how rich Richard Branson is, governments that preach peace but endorse wars, that say they believe so much in the importance of higher education and further learning, then why increase tuition fees every single year? I believe Miss Jefferson when she took me into the office and said that my exams would be imperative to my success, because we was taught to always follow when Miss Jefferson led. But then I took Jefferson out of the equation and learned to think for myself. I realized we was taught to always follow when Miss led. The irony. Test us with tests, but the finals are never final, because they never prepare us for the biggest test, which is survival. And what I suggest is fairly outlandish, so I do not expect everyone to understand this, except for the kids who knows what it feels like to be worth no more than that D or that A that you get on results day, and the ones whose best stories were never good enough for the English teacher, because apparently you missed out key literal techniques, did not follow the class plan, and the language was too informal for him to understand. But then he'd reference Hamlet and Macbeth, and you'd fight the urge to express your contempt by partially clenching your fist with only your medius finger left protruding in the middle of your hand, and then asks if he was aware that Shakespeare was known as the innovator of slang, or the kid at the back of the class who thinks, why am I studying something that doesn't fuel my drive? But then when confronted with a maths problem, his eyes come alive. So this one is for my generation, the ones who found what they were looking for on Google, the ones who followed their dreams on Twitter, pictured their future on Instagram, accepted destiny on Facebook. This one's for my failures and my dropouts, for my unemployed graduates, my shop assistants, cleaners and cashiers with bigger dreams, my self-employed entrepreneurs, my world changers and my dream chasers. Because the purpose of why I hate school but love education was not to initiate a worldwide debate, but to let them know that whether 72 or 88, 44 or 68, we will not let exam results decide our fate. Peace. Just these pictures on my phone, sitting all alone, visualizing home. And all my friends were just these pictures on my phone, pictures on my phone, pictures.